Hey kids, welcome to our little Grizzo TV.
Right, let's talk natural disasters. Not the fun kind, like when your toast lands butter side up. We're talking events so huge, so destructive, they make Godzilla look like a gecko. Think earthquakes, floods, volcanic eruptions, basically anything that makes you go, oh dear God, the earth is trying to swallow us whole. These events are caused by forces way bigger than us. We're talking shifting tectonic plates, atmospheric pressure, and probably some cosmic dust thrown in for good measure. The point is, nature doesn't negotiate. It just, often with the subtlety of a rampaging rhinoceros in a china shop. So, buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wild world of natural disasters. Hold on to your hats, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. First up, the classics. Earthquakes. They're like the Earth's way of saying, hey, stop taking me for granted. Get it? Because tectonic plates. Then you've got hurricanes, those swirling vortexes of wind and rain that make you question the structural integrity of your house. And let's not forget volcanoes, those grumpy giants who occasionally like to chuck molten rock at unsuspecting villages. I mean, talk about a bad day, right? We've also got tsunamis, those giant waves that are basically the ocean's version of a belly flop, and floods, which are essentially what happens when you forget to turn off the tap for like a week. Each disaster has its own charming way of reminding us who's really in charge. Spoiler alert, it's not us. Now, you'd think with all our fancy technology we could predict these things, wouldn't you? Well, not exactly. It's a bit like trying to guess what your cat is thinking. You might have an idea, but you're probably wrong. We can sometimes see them coming, mind you. Scientists use all sorts of gadgets and gizmos to track weather patterns, monitor seismic activity, and generally try to stay one step ahead of Mother Nature. But despite our best efforts, sometimes she just likes to throw us a curveball. So, yeah, predicting natural disasters is a bit of a crapshoot. It's like trying to herd cats, but the cats are made of lava and the herding stick is made of hope. Section 4. Mapping Mayhem, where the world likes to throw a wobbly. Let's take a look at our trusty world map, shall we? You'll notice that natural disasters aren't exactly evenly distributed. It's not like Mother Nature is going around with a checklist, making sure every continent gets its fair share of chaos. No, some places are just more prone to a bit of geological drama than others. Take the Ring of Fire, for example. It's this big horseshoe-shaped area in the Pacific Ocean where, you guessed it, most of the world's volcanoes and earthquakes happen. Then you've got places like Bangladesh, which seem to be on a first-name basis with floods. And let's not forget about Tornado Alley in the US, where twisters like to go for a spin more often than a disco ball in the 70s. Section 5. Counting the cost, when nature sends an invoice. Now let's talk numbers, because natural disasters aren't just scary, they're expensive. We're talking billions, even trillions of dollars in damage, and that's before we even get to the human cost. Sadly, these events can cause massive loss of life, displacement, and long-term health problems. It's a sobering thought, really. But it's important to remember that behind every statistic there's a human story. A family who lost their home, a community struggling to rebuild, a group of first responders risking their lives to help others. It's a reminder that even in the face of tragedy, the human spirit is a powerful thing. Section 6. Sirens, texts, and that weird wailing noise, early warning systems. Thankfully, we're not totally defenseless. We've got early warning systems, sirens, text alerts, emergency broadcasts, and even those creepy wailing noises that sound like a spaceship is landing. They might seem annoying, but they can literally save your life. These systems give us precious time to prepare, evacuate, or in the case of a tornado, find the sturdiest piece of furniture and hold on for dear life. So, when you hear that siren, don't ignore it. It might just be your friendly neighborhood natural disaster, letting you know it's about to drop by. Section 7. In conclusion, respect the planet. It clearly doesn't respect you. So there you have it. Natural disasters. They're big, they're scary, and they're about as predictable as a toddler on a sugar rush. But the more we understand about them, the better prepared we can be. So next time you see a news report about an earthquake on the other side of the world, take a moment to appreciate the sheer power of nature. And then maybe go hug a tree. Just in case. That's all from me. Stay safe out there, folks.